Hey guys, this commentary is a continuation from the commentary that I did on the Underground free-for-all match that I recently uploaded. So if you haven't seen that one, you should probably watch that one first and then come back and watch this one. In that video, I spoke a little bit about my classes, how they're set up, and I was just talking about how claymores are more tactical than other equipment, and why I use them. And what I mean by that exactly is that with a claymore, at any one time in this game, you've got like multiple points of entry to where you are. So, for example, right here, I've got this way down here. I've got the cave behind me, which has two entry points already. So that's three entry points. And I mean, even in corners of a map and stuff, there's usually at least two, usually sometimes three, just in the corner of the map. And buildings usually have 2 points of entry. Very rarely is there any buildings that have one. I can only think of a few. So a claymore is really good for a situation where there are multiple points of entry, because effectively you can drop it down in front of one of the entry points, and it'll just block off that entry point, and you don't have to worry about it anymore, and you can focus on the other entry points. And I mean, sure, if somebody has a stalker that come past your claymore, they'll set it off, and they won't die from it. And you know that that's still okay, because even though they didn't die from the claymore was set off, and if you hear that, then you know there's someone coming from that point of entry. So in effect, a claymore almost works like a spy plane or UAV. Too much Black Ops. Uh, you know, in effect, it tells you where someone is, and so that's really helpful. Um, so that's why, I mean, that's one of the main reasons I use the claymore. I mean, there's other reasons as well. I find that it's probably one of the um, better lethal options. I mean, you've got the claymore, or you've got frags, but I find that I get more kills with the claymore simply because if you place them in the right spots, in intelligent spots, um, people cannot get away from them. They can't know that they're there, and basically as soon as they see them, they're dead. So it's almost a guaranteed kill. I mean, the success rate that I have with claymores killing people is probably as high as, I would say, maybe 80%. You whereas with Semtex or frag grenades, it's much lower. It's probably around 30%. So that's the other reason why I use them. Now, with regards to perks, I start off usually with sleight of hand in the first slot. The reason I do that is because I like to swap weapons really quickly. Um, so that allows me to do that, and you'll find out why I like to swap weapons quickly later on. My second perk is usually hardline, just because I like to be able to get specialists as quickly as possible. Um, you know, it's specialist is nice to have, so the sooner you get it, the better. And the third perk I have is dead silence, so that other people can't hear my footsteps. So what I do is, with specialist package, my first perk I get is the steady aim perk, especially when using SMGs. You want to be able to get that hip fire as as tight as possible, because you want to exploit the speed that you have when you're using an SMG, and that allows you to do that. You don't have to aim down the side or anything. Um, Second specialist bonus I usually get is assassin. The reason for that is because you don't appear on the maps and stuff. If people don't know where you are, they can't kill you, and you usually have the heads up on them. And that's generally what you need, especially on a 1 bar connection or something. And the third perk I get is scavenger, and that's basically out of necessity. But by the time I get to the third perk, I'm usually running low on ammo, so I need that ammo as quickly as possible. So the reason why I use silencer on MP7 is, as you'd expect, so that I can kill someone without appearing on the map. Now you combine this with sleight of hand, and it actually makes for a really powerful combination. It means basically if you're behind someone, you can switch to MP7, take them out, not appear on the map, and then switch back to your AK, FMG9 Akimbo, or whatever you've got as your secondary. Now, I mentioned earlier in another video that maybe only a quarter or so of the bullets you shoot actually register. And that's mainly the reason why I use Akimbo FMG9, because you can shoot so many bullets in such a short period of time and so it doesn't matter too much. You're not affected by that as much. It's the same reason why I use rapid fire on the MP7. By putting rapid fire on there, I've got a steady stream of bullets that are coming out really fast in a short period of time, and it basically means that it sort of mitigates the lag in a way, and makes it so that I can kill people easier. Anyway, that about wraps it up for this video, so I'm going to try and do the next video with next commentary with Corpse Create.